just huge. You know, by London standards at that time, we didn't have any restaurants really that you went to in that way. So I remember going in there thinking, my God, this must cost a fortune. And it was beautiful. It was all Art Deco and very much my style and good use of colour. And everyone just felt this optimism from that point. Everyone thought anything's possible because it worked.
There was something going on. A new generation had come of age, and they had grown up loathing and despising American mass culture. When it came to music, movies, TV, computer games, it was all American. And I think a generation of Brits who came of age in the mid-90s really resented this. You know, they felt a kind of a nationalistic resentment of the fact that America enjoyed this unchallenged cultural hegemony, and consequently there emerged this kind of protest movement, if you like, this new music, these new fashions which were more anti-American, and they were British in a slightly caricatured way. That was enough for kind of the world to go nuts for a little while about London's second coming.
Confidence was something that in the past we'd left to Americans. And Americans have tremendous confidence, but not much talent. And it just seemed that, you know, all those sentences, all those discussions you've ever had, like, wouldn't it be great if? Well, that's what happened in the 90s. If happened.
When Oasis are here to see you, and they're going to play the first ever TV performance of their brand new song. It's the best song around. It is Some Might Say.
Oasis were on Top of the Pops. I think some might say had gone into #1, and I remember watching them, and I just cried. I thought, something is really changing here. It must have been early May, because they just had the council elections and the Tories finally had got trounced. They were really trounced. Somehow, by accident, by design, somebody captures the mood of the moment with a song, and that to me was the making of Oasis.
As Britain approaches the end of the century, we have been with the same masters now for 18 years. We still have the talent, skills, and inventiveness that we've always had. Probably more so. But in a rapidly changing world, we seem somehow to have lost our sense of purpose. Now, someone has emerged who is determined to give it back to us.
I tell you what surprised me was the way New Labour explicitly aligned themselves, especially with music, New Labour, by definition, was very young. I mean, Tony Blair was young. I mean, there was a guy who played rock music when he was at university rather than traipsed along on demonstrations and, you know, supported worthy causes. I mean,
were you familiar with his band Ugly Rumours?
I don't know his band Ugly Rumours. I'm afraid I was more boring. We were at Oxford at the same time, but I was sort of tedious, sort of political anorak type.
Labour has come home to you, so come home to us. Labour's coming home. 17 years of hurt never stopped us dreaming. Labour's coming home.
Tony was trying to generate a new politics, a freshness in politics. He needed ways to symbolise that freshness, you know, doing headers with Kevin Keegan, or, you know, talking to Noel Gallagher, or whatever it was. He went out into the country to establish Labour's credentials, to create a connection between the new politics that we were trying to create and the country as a whole.
Oi! There are 7 people in this room tonight who are giving a little bit of hope to young people in this country. That is me, our kid, Bonehead, Quigsy, Alan White, Alan McGee and Tony Blair. And if you've all got anything about you, you get up there and you shake Tony Blair's hand, man. He's a man. Power to the people!
Britain had been so uptight and so under the cosh for so long, and at war with itself and at war with its identity. You know, the 80s was when Britain stopped being Great Britain and stopped living that myth that we were some great state, and the outsiders came in through the 90s, and it was their turn.
Exciting time. It's like reinvention of what was back in the 60s and punk. Maybe it was reminiscing a bit of the past, but with a forward vision. English tradition's fantastic. You know, I love the pomp and snobbery of it all. And so to take that and create something new and modern is, for me, just the way forward. We've had these times where, you know, Britain was exciting, London was exciting, and I think this gave us an excuse to say it's exciting again. And it just happened at a time when there was a lot going on. You know, I was doing my bit on the road, McQueen was doing his bit in Paris, Geigers were doing what they were doing around the world. It was a great time.
There's a kind of Jaws element to it. You just go, right, I'll take that thing that frightens you from Jaws and I'll just do that with it and put it there. I mean, all I had was an idea that I wanted it to be big enough to eat you, and something that could frighten you, you know, and not a painting, and, you know, not a sculpture and not a light box. I just wanted this thing that had that actual, you know, could create that actual fear. But then I suppose, you know, there was something in those times that made everybody feel it was possible to go that bit further and larger.